Folks, I am the Bearded Redneck. Now, what we're going to be talking about today is the difference between foam versus rubber decoys. As you can see, there's a ton of decoys and it could be a nightmare. But the biggest thing is you're out turkey hunting, you're out having fun, keep it simple. So, what I tell you right off the bat is just get rid of it all. Bam, look at this. Magic. I love this. I'm good at magic. Face paint's gone, and here we are. So, we're going to talk about the foam decoys first. The foam decoys, these here happen to be by Turkey Thug. They fold up real nice. They can fit in your backpack real easy. They're real lightweight, so if you're going to be walking in a long ways, it's going to be light in the pack and it's really going to help out good. Now, another positive with these foam decoys is they're affordable. Let's say you're just getting into turkey hunting or you haven't turkey hunting that much and you want to just get into it and see if it's something that you're going to enjoy or something that you even want to invest more money in. These things are pretty affordable, so it isn't going to take much money to get 2-3 of these decoys, and you know, you're going to be able to go out and see if turkey hunting is really for you. Now, what I really like about these turkey decoys by Turkey Thugs, and some of them just have a painted on eye, but if you look right here, look how real this eye is. This eye is huge because a lot of what a turkey looks at is right there in the head. So they almost have like a taxidermy glass type eye. That really helps a lot in my opinion. Now these decoys, they fold up, but they really aren't that bad. I mean, if you fold them out, as you can see, they take shape pretty good. And then you can put them on a stake, and there you are. You can have a couple of hens out, or maybe just one hen, or in a jake, or what have you. One of the negatives with these decoys, in my opinion, is if it's windy out, they're going to be going all over the place. But I can show you some tricks about that later on what you can do to try to help that. One thing positive, though, at the same time being light, is if it's a real light wind, you might want to use these because movement in your decoy spread is huge. Even if you got just one decoy. I mean, if they're going like this a ton, that's usually what a turkey does when it's really nervous and it's getting ready to bolt. So a little movement's good, erratic movement's bad. So depending on the conditions when you're hunting, these can actually be a good thing for you or hurt you. Alright folks, let's look at some rubber decoys, see what their positives and their negatives are. This is a rubber decoy. This is a working girl Turkey Thug again. As you can see, the realistic colors on these, they're a lot better. The other thing that I like about most of the rubber decoys that I've seen on the market is their life size. So they aren't a little smaller. I mean, they look like a turkey from a distance and they got the right size. Now, once again, what I love that Turkey Thugs does with their decoys is if you look here, and we'll zoom in here, the eyes are that taxidermy glass eye. I love that. That's huge. Like I said, a lot of it's right in the head. Now these decoys, they come in a lot of different positions. These are a feeding hen, which is more of a relaxed decoy. We also have this smoking baby decoy that is by Mad Decoys. This is an alert upright hen. Now, this one also is a lifelike size, but if you can see, this eye is painted. Not to say that it's not going to work, but I really prefer those glass eyes. What I like about this decoy is you can turn the head, you can make it lifelike. One negative with this Mad Decoy, I guess, is it's really a pain in the butt to get the head hooked to the body. You know, but I guess once you get it in there, it's in there and it's solid. So I guess that's a positive thing too. You don't have to worry about it popping off out in the field as much. Now you're looking at this decoy and you're thinking, that doesn't look like a turkey. Well, one of the concepts that I'm going to try out that Mad Decoys is doing is this is actually a UV paint. So turkeys can actually see UV vision. So to this, it looks like a turkey's feathers is what they're stating. I'm going to be doing a little testing on this, and I'm going to go with it. One thing that I like about an upright hen like this is you can kind of save some money, and when you got a hen that's ready to breed, they're sitting on the ground. Well, you take this decoy off the stake, and you can set it on the ground, and I'm going to do some testing with that. I'm pretty sure that it's going to work as a nesting hen or one that is insinuating that they want to be bred. So you can kind of use a double decoy there. I'm hoping so. I will have more videos on that and I will let you know. Okay. Those are some positives about these decoys. What are some of the negatives? Some of the negatives that I've noticed, obviously, they weigh more if you're going to be carrying them in longer distance. They're bulky. One of the things that I see could be a problem is when you fold these decoys up, they really don't want to come back. Like, it's difficult. And they're even harder to form back when the weather conditions are cold. So when you first get these decoys, it even says right here on this tag, it says if you can't get them to form, you're supposed to run a hairdryer inside of them to heat up the rubber so then you can form your decoys. Now, once I've had these formed, I have no problem with them staying, or if they get dented, they'll pop right back out. But if you're gonna try to fold them up and put them in your backpack and it's colder conditions out, I think you might be cursing yourself a little bit because they're not gonna wanna form back without some heat. So that's one thing to look into. I really like these decoys. Another negative that you can kind of see with some of these is it almost looks like they're shiny and kind of shimmer. Now I'm going to be doing some testing on that and to see if that does deter them away or if it changes with light conditions or what it does. But that's one thing, you know, if your decoy's shiny, it's probably not going to be a good thing. But I'm hoping that that'll come around with it. Some of them aren't as shiny, some of them are. So that's one thing to look at. They're kind of mediocre price. They're probably in that, I don't know, I've got them from that $15 to $25 range, so they cost a little more than the foam decoys. You can get the foam decoys like anywhere from $5 to, well, I've seen people try to charge up to $25, but usually you can get 2 or 3 of them for about $25, $30. So they're quite a bit cheaper. These cost a little more, but they're more lifelike, and the realization is there. And I really think that that's going to help out in your spread, especially if you're hunting in a high pressure situation like public land or late season or very educated gobblers. You're going to want a more realistic decoy. Now don't get me wrong, there's a lot more out there. There's some that have feathers on them. There's some of them that are just amazing that I've seen on the market. You know, but also they come with a price. You know, you get what you pay for. I've seen them up to $150 a piece. Well, if you're going to use just one decoy and you're an avid hunter, and yeah, by all means, buy that. That's a good choice. But if you're like where I am and where I hunt, there's lots of turkeys. So for me to be a realistic spread out there, I need to have numbers. So I'm probably, when I do my spread this spring, I'll show you, and I'll do some demonstrations and stuff before I go, and I'll have quite a bit of filming. But when I do mine, I'm probably going to have 5 to 8 decoys. Now, a lot of people wouldn't agree with me on that because they think, oh, you should just have a lone hen, or you should have a lone jake, or maybe just a breeding hen and a jake or a tom behind it. You know, it depends on the situation, and all those scenarios work good in the right scenario. But what I have seen with the turkeys that are around is most of them are in big numbers where I'm hunting. I mean, there's nothing to see half a dozen to 30, 40 to a couple hundred in a group. Now you try to pull over a couple hundred turkeys in a group to come over to yours, That's pretty difficult. So there's a lot of different other challenges that are involved there, but the biggest thing that I want to remind you folks is get the best decoy for your situation that also has a lot of other opportunities. You don't want to just put all your eggs in one basket and have some foam decoys and then it's not working that day because you got very high winds or what have you. Well, I'm going to go outside and I'm going to set up some of these decoys so you can see them, how they set up on the stakes. There's a little bit of wind today, so there will be some movement. You'll be able to see that. And so let's go outside and I'll show you what I'm talking about. All right, you gotta love this South Dakota weather. As I was doing the filming inside, it was nice and sunshiny outside, but anybody that lives in Dakotas knows if you don't like the weather, just wait a few minutes. So now we have some snow. I got them set up. The ground is even kind of froze. So some of the ones with the bigger plastic stakes, I can't get in the ground that far. So bear with me. I'll be doing another video with kind of tactics on how to set up some spreads and some tricks to hindering some movement. So let's look and see what we got. Okay guys, so we're gonna kind of cut this one short just because the snow and everything out here. I will be doing another video that will be kind of tricks and kind of tactics, some that I use, some that I've seen, some I've been successful with, some that I haven't been successful with. What to do with windy conditions. You could see that the foam decoys were moving around quite a bit. How to kind of camouflage in stakes, how to kind of put your decoys together. So be watching for that video. If you guys got any questions, go ahead and leave them. Please, you know, your comments, like, share, subscribe. We got quite a bit more videos going as far as turkeys going here. We're going to be doing some ground blind preparation and some preparation before you go turkey hunting, and of course all the turkey hunts. So please, if you like the videos, let me know. If there's something else you want me to try to do, let me know that. Otherwise, until next time, we'll see ya.